Now we can be better friends, and I've got all that shit out of the way. So I can watch him when he gets in his relationship, and I can go back and say, aha, this is why, you know, this is why I dodged a bullet. So yeah. So I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. And when I say dodge a bullet, I mean not in a negative way. I say I just know me, and I'm the kind of guy that guys like him would take advantage of, because I'm not, like I said, I'm super romantic. Um, I'm a communicator, great in bed. I'm someone that would be a guy that would be date a guy. You know how straight men, some straight men do? They respect and they love their wives, and they put their wives on a pedestal. That they do everything. Not the way the wives take the van, but they do everything. And the wife, not all women, because some women appreciate that in their Lord, but some women may get uninterested. Oh, he's not, and take advantage, and then wind up. That would be how our relationship probably, if we would turn out, to where I would be so nice and doing and romantic, and then he would get bored and cheat on me, and things would crumble. And so yeah, so everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. So so I in a week, I've gotten past the madness. In a week I've gotten past the madness. So hopefully, you know, the friendship can resume. But it was a great week. It was an inspiring week. It was a learning week. It was a week that was full of growth and change. I also realized that I'm going to stop devaluing myself. Because listen, let me just break it down. I am somebody who had a rough childhood. I did. The things that could happen to a kid happened to me, and it's unimaginable. So you could just think about some of the things that could happen to a kid, a young boy. I witnessed, experienced. But I still, although I didn't have much worth, I still went ahead and made things happen. I was a dancer, studied at Avenel, danced with the Dancing Harlem Repertory Ensemble, Connecticut Ballet, other companies in between and all that stuff. Did that for about 20 years. Then I went back to college, got my bachelor's in film production and theater, and then got a master's in theater, and then I got a certificate in post production. I have a certificate in theater. So I did that. I did that. I'm in a union, SAG union. I did it in spite of having all this insecurity and a horrible childhood that I had with key moments of happiness and all that stuff. And having an addiction twice. I got back on the horse and I did it. I did it. Plus, I take good care of myself. I work out. I don't smoke. I love reading self-help books. Read my first self-help book at 11, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Yeah, at 11. At 11. Because I was looking for insight in me. I was trying to relieve this pain that I was in, this suffering. And I knew that the answer was in me. So I started reading self-help books, and I read every self-help book that Oprah recommended that spoke to me. Because those are the only books that spoke to me in my whole life. I can walk into a bookstore, walk around, or before I leave, I would see a book. I would just see a cover, a color, or something. Out of all the books, that one book would stand out. And so I would walk over to that book, say, why is this book? What? And I'd be like, okay, what is this? There's something that's going on. It's for me. And I would pick that book up, and it would always be a self-help book. And I would buy it. Because I always thought that was the universe, God giving me answers. Always a self-help book. So I was constantly reading self-help books because I knew the answer was in me. I just needed to unlock it, how I can relieve myself of the suffering and pain. And every self-help book I read did alleviate some pain. I did have like, oh, okay, but I didn't understand certain component, but it did give me some answers. Oh, I need to change this. So I would make little tweaks, little changes here, little changes here, little changes here, little changes here. So even when I was in my worst addiction, I had hope. An addiction that destroyed all that the little work I had to, because I still had a lot of demons that I had to go through. You know what I mean? And then even in recovery, I got to say, I got more help with therapy. And I've been in therapy too from the time I was 14. And in my 20s, in my 30s, in my 50s now. But I did therapy for 5 years in my 40s. So I was constantly in therapy. Because even when I was using, I was going to therapy. And I couldn't tell them that, because one of the things was, if you were using, you had to quit. You couldn't go to therapy. So I would make sure that when I had therapy that, I didn't use cocaine or anything like that. So even through my head, the first I was in therapy because I knew the answer was in me and I wanted to relieve myself of the suffering. And so it's like when I think about, I'm someone who's constantly doing the work and looking for answers to improve myself, to be my most authentic self as I can. And I'm one of those people, I take everything as a sign. I'm very anything that happens. I tell you this. This is one of the wonderful stories. I was performing at Carnegie Hall, and we were dancing. We were premiering a new dance, and I was so nervous. And I was just had this, and I was like, oh my God! And it was a duet. It was me and my partner. And I was just and I was at Carnegie Hall. Oh my God, this is an area. The theater was packed, and I was like, oh my God! And so my friend came up to me. And he said, oh, you should read this book, Buddhism, about Buddhism. And I was like, what? He said, it'll help you with your nerves and all that stuff. So I did get the book. And so after the performance, I think we was at Carnegie Hall for a week. And I started reading the book. And that's when I was introduced to Namyo Renge Kyo. And I tried to meditate. And that time I was younger. So I tried to just start with meditation. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't sit down quietly. I couldn't sit down. So it lasted for about 15 days. And I just put it back. Never thought of Buddhism again. And then I saw later, what's love got to do with it? It was brought up. I said, Tina does it. Namyo Renge Kyo. So it would come back up, little thing and remind me, Namyo Renge Kyo. So I had just my first recovery, in my first recovery stage, when I had the 7 years. I had just relapsed because I had just got into the NA program. And I had a couple, I was struggling and all that, and I had just relapsed again. And I remember about that time I had got a little network. So I called my sponsor and I told everybody, I'm coming back from a relapse. And one of my friends said, it doesn't make a difference what you did today, it's what you do. It doesn't make a difference what you did yesterday, but what you're going to do now. And everybody was like, go to a meeting. So I would say, all right. And I was at, what is Santa Monica? Not Santa Monica. Hollywood Boulevard and, I can't think of the street right now. And so I was like, okay. So, and I was outside. So I ran across the street to the bus stop. It was a line. And so I'm coming down and I'm high as fuck and I'm coming down and I remember just got antsy and I'm nervous and uncomfortable in my skin and I'm just like, ugh. So as I'm waiting, in line gets like, as I'm waiting, in the back of the bus there's a green card. And I'm looking, I'm obsessed with this green card. I'm like, why is nobody picking up the green card? Nobody picked up the green card. It's like a greenish yellow. Nobody picked up the green card. And so I'm looking and I'm upset. It was in the bag. No one was even sitting near the green. They would go past it. Not one person. So I'm saying, what is that fucking green? I was obsessed with that green card. So as soon as I paid my money on the bus, I went straight to the back and picked up the green card. And it said, Namyo Renge Kyo. It said, Namyo Renge Kyo. I picked up that card. And on the bus, I started crying. started crying. And from that moment on, I started saying Namyo Renge Kyo. I didn't know anything about the prayer and the Butsudan and all that, but I just started saying Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo Renge Kyo. So every morning, I would say Namyo Renge Kyo. I would sit up on the edge of my bed, Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo. And then we had, I was in my first year clean, and we had, we was living in this apartment in Hollywood because we were actors, and at the time I was doing the acting thing. It was right after I had got into the union. So I had my union card. I was a SAG member, motherfucker. And we was trying to get a new roommate. And this roommate, the last roommate, was a mess. He was a kid doing drugs and all that. The other roommate was a normie. So he was with his girlfriend most of the time. So we was trying to make sure that we got somebody in the house that didn't do drugs and wouldn't have alcohol and all that. Because he's one of my good friends from acting school in here in New York. And so this white guy came in. And good energy. Came in real calm. Good energy. We spoke and liked and all that. And we said, oh yeah, he was really calm. And so we said, when it was over, we said, I think that's, yeah, me and my roommate, buddy, we felt good. Oh yeah, he seems calm and all that. And I was thinking, yeah. And as he got up to leave after we interviewed him, asked him questions about drugs and whatever. He used to be a dancer and stuff like that. We asked him some questions, and once he was about to leave, and then he turned to us and said, oh yeah, I'm a Buddhist. And me and my friend looked at each other, and we said, what did you say? He said, I'm a Buddhist. I practice Buddhism. And I looked at my roommate, and at that moment, I knew he was the roommate. He taught me how to chant. He took me to the temple, although I'm not with that Buddhism, I'm with SGI now. But he taught me how to chant. He built me a Butsudan. He taught me how to chant, how to say the prayer correctly. Although it was still, I know the first half, second half, I still struggle with the lingo, you know what I mean? But now I've been a Buddhist for a while, and that helped me get through 7. I still have my issues. It was better. I got some of the demon off my back, but not all of the demon off my back. So I managed to get 7 years, and then of course, stuff started happening mentally and paranoia, and I'll come to find out, so I did relapse. But even through my relapse, I did keep my prayers in the morning and evening. Of course, when you're high, but on the days you're not high every day. On the days that I had to work and had a normal life, I make sure I did my prayers. And also, still make sure on the days that I had my normal life, I went to the gym. Isn't that crazy? I still kept up my gym and my personal fitness. It's crazy, Hollywood, Anyway, and so that's why I say I believe in signs. I believe in signs, and nothing is a coincidence. And I also believe nothing just happens. And so, so when I put all that together, with the course of this week, I realized, I'm a catch. I am absolutely a catch. I'm a catch. And I know in the fact that if I get in a relationship with anybody, a real relationship, it's going to be an incredible relationship. Especially now that I'm older. I know what's my shit. And now after this week, I'm clear about fear and what's motivating me and keeping. I'm about to make some changes. I'm about to make some real, because I'm the type of person, once the universe has presented me with an issue and something I need to work on, I dig in that shit like there is no tomorrow. I dig in that shit like there is no tomorrow, and I do whatever I need to do to get some more of this monkey off my back. When it comes to acting out sexually or shopping, or if I say, oh, there's a problem, I got to start fixing it. I start working on it, and not trying to work on it, because trying to work on it, you can fuck up and say, well, I'm trying, and then every time, oh, I'm trying. No. You keep doing it, and you keep doing it. You fight to it to where you're not fighting, and you automatically is doing it because it'll happen. You have faith. The universe gives you what you give it, negative or positive. Put good energy out, the universe gives you good energy. You put bad energy out, the universe gives you. The universe is a reflection of what you believe and who you think you are. So know that. And be the bad bitch. Be the bad bitch.